Hey, welcome everyone, I'm Aaron the Black Dragon, and this is another end of the month vlog. And this month surely was something. Hey there! Maybe pacing around. Recording doggo pacing in the back. Anyway, this month was something, so let's start at the very top. I got a new job. I still have to work one more week at my old place, but then I'm gonna switch over to a new job. Industrial climber was really interesting and I mean a perspective of a job that I never really saw or had before, but it's also not something that I feel like I fit in. I'm not the kind of person to work in this kind of field, I wanna say. So it was really interesting for the past half year to actually do this, to see the world from that up high, and actually got to conquer my fear of heights a little bit thanks to that as well. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not the world that I see myself working in or even striving in, so that's why I needed to change. And I'm gonna be totally frank, what I'm changing to will most likely not be the big thing for me in the future as well, but it's maybe gonna help me get my head wrapped around of what I wanna do and get my mindset a little bit more set and clear on to where I wanna go with my life and my ideals for a job. So that's just hoping that I find something thanks to that. So yeah, let's just see. With the 1st of July I will be in my new place of work, and then things will just go on as usual from there. Gonna figure out what I want, if this is something that I can see myself doing for a longer time, and just where I wanna be in life in general. So that's just one big thing that happened this month, and one that I was arguably wanting to talk about last month as well, but there was still so much that was not ready to be talked about yet, so I just let it. Because sometimes you have something that you want to talk about, it's better if you just don't. Next thing is, got a new phone! Look at it! It's a Google Pixel 4, and to get that was a little bit of a hassle, because here in Europe/Austria you cannot buy the Google Pixel phones normally. So that was something. I only could get a used one that was completely freshly set up and everything. So this is kind of new, but at the same time it is also used, if you catch my drift. But it's essentially a completely new phone as well. Shout it out there. And then setting up mobile data and everything for that was also something, because since it's not built for the European market, I had to go in there and set everything up myself so that I actually got to use my mobile data for that phone, which took a good while to figure out what to do and how to set it up. Now I know it. And so far I'm really happy with that phone. So let's just see. But there's one thing I want to say. I have like apparently it's also called Panzerglas in English, but I have Panzerglas on that. I never had something like this on my old phone. My old phone never had any Panzerglas on it. And I only got some Panzerglas on this phone, on my new phone, because I was like, okay, I don't really need it. And then when I bought it, they were like, okay, if you buy some insurance with it, which my phone is now insured for 1 year, they're gonna send some Panzerglas with it as well. The Panzerglas broke immediately the day I got it down in this corner. Like right down there, it immediately had a crack. So for me, the assumption that Panzerglas is nothing but a scam to make you feel like, oh, my phone could have gotten a breakdown on the screen right there in the very beginning. No, it's just a fucking thing on top that breaks immediately. Your phone probably would have been fine. My old phone never had one and doesn't have anything. And I worked with that thing. Like, I was in my workplace, I was on construction sites, I lived at heavy things with that. Doesn't have a thing. The only thing that I had on the back was the case, which I have on that as well. Also, this is a magnet plate for the car mount, just in case you were wondering. And that's all I had, and nothing ever happened. Here the Panzerglas just broke immediately, and I didn't do anything with it. So, my humble opinion, Panzerglas is nothing but a scam. You don't necessarily need it. And as soon as that breaks more, I'm just gonna toss it, and I'm not gonna get a fresh one on it, because most likely the new one will just break as well, and I wouldn't have even put one on it if I wouldn't have gotten it for free. There's my rant about Panzerglas on phones. Take it or leave it, I guess. Then next to all of that, I was on 2 cool festivals, I wanna say. I was at the Pride in Vienna, where I actually uploaded a short for as well. So go check that out. I think it was last week, Friday, that came out. Really a ton of fun. I actually got to find my friends on there as well that I tried to contact during that, but of course there's a lot going on. They did not check their phone, but I'm happy that I found them anyway. And it was just all around a cool vibe over there. And then the same week, just a few days later, actually just one day later, because Saturday was the Pride, and Sunday we went to Nova Rock. Rock on. Where we just had a good time, listened to a few bands, watched a few bands that we really wanted to see, and just had a really good time there as well. Actually got to see my little brother, who was there the whole time, since I think Wednesday. And yeah, and somewhere in that time I got COVID. Just gonna say it outright, because YouTube most likely wouldn't share this with anyone anyway, so what do I care about it? But yeah, got to sit in quarantine, and the only thing I really got to do during that was just sit around, make my videos, stream 2 times, which honestly made me really happy and was a lot of fun, and clean the whole place up. During the time we were in quarantine, because I was not alone with that. Actually, me and her sister and her husband also got COVID. So we all kind of just got that as a group. And during that time I was alone in the apartment by myself, and me went with recording doggo, who just barfed, I realized. I'm gonna have to clean it up afterwards. To her sister, and I was alone here, so I got to clean everything up, make everything nice and tidy. And then as soon as the recording doggo came back, the hair came back as well. What can you do? That's the ups and downs that you have with a dog. But yeah, other than that, that was this whole month. The biggest things. And despite the fact that I got COVID, I'm actually really happy with how this month went. There was a lot of fun things that I got to do. And I mean, I paid the price for going to big cons like that, but I think in that case I get to say it was totally worth it for me. Now I still have a cough, which may or may not be related, because they say a dry throat and a dry cough is related to COVID. And I'm all slimed up, so I don't know if my cough is actually related to COVID. So, take it or leave it. But anyway, that was my month. There was a lot going on, and I'm super happy about it, except for the last part, to be totally frank. But would I do the rest of the month again like this? I mean, yeah, Pride and Nova Rock, definitely. I would not get a new phone every month, because that feels stupid. I had my old phone for 8 years, so if this phone can tank it for as long as my old phone before I feel like I need to toss it against the wall because it's so slow, I'm happy about that. And I also wouldn't get a job every month, because that seems really tedious and more of a hassle than it's worth. Anyway, rambled on long enough. I hope you had a wonderful month as well. If you did, why not share it in the comments? I always love to hear about you. Your time, your month, your week, whatever. So anyway, hope you have another great month. Let's see how brutal July will get with the heat. See you there.